Today's episode is about gold. My investment journey started when I was 1 day old. Gold is now 70,000. Everybody wants gold in their portfolio today. A new investment in gold is going into a shop and buying gold. जो emotional value होता है gold का, ठीक है वो एक तरफा होता है, but you have to look at the practical side as well. And we Indians purchase gold on auspicious occasions. The question is, how much gold?
So my recommendation will be simple.
Hello and welcome to Investments Ki Baatein, जो हम सब करते हैं with our friends, family, colleagues. While they are well-wishers, do they have the right financial knowledge to help you make the decisions for your money? इसीलिए अगर investments की बातें करनी हो, so do it with someone who has more than 25 years of experience with the markets. Do it with Nilesh Shah, the managing director of Kotak Mahindra Asset Management Company Limited. That's what our brand new podcast is all about, जिसका नाम है Investments की बातें with Nilesh Shah, brought to you by Kotak Mahindra Bank. This show is going to be all about investments. फिर चाहे आप beginner investor हो या seasoned one. So stop whatever you're doing and stay tuned. Sir, it is an absolute pleasure to be able to host this podcast with you.
My pleasure, Mubina.
Sir, you want to give all of our viewers a bit of a teaser ke what we should expect in this series?
So when I was growing up, मुझे बोला गया था कि पैसों के पीछे नहीं भागना चाहिए, पैसा हाथ का मैल है. When I came to the market, I learned a beautiful saying from Warren Buffett. Money is not everything in life. Money doesn't matter. But make sure that you have made enough money before you make such statement. तो मैं सारे यूजर्स को, सारे व्यूअर्स को सिर्फ यही समझाना चाहता हूँ कि definitely money is not everything in life, but make sure that you have made enough money before you make such statement.
I have been tracking mutual funds and stocks पिछले कुछ 7-8 साल से, and the one statement I used to hear very often is आज नीलेश भाई का मार्केट आउटलुक आया है, आज नीलेश भाई ने ये बोला है मार्केट में एटसेट्रा. सो यू आर लाइक द नीलेश भाई ऑफ दलाल स्ट्रीट. यू नो आई वांट टू टॉक अबाउट 25 साल पहले, लेकिन बिफोर यू बिकेम नीलेश भाई, हाउ डिड इट ऑल बिगिन फॉर यू?
बाकी रिटेल इन्वेस्टर्स की तरह मैं भी स्टॉक मार्केट में रातों रात अमीर बनने के लिए आया था. आई वॉज डूइंग माई आर्टिकलशिप इन फोर्ट. इट वॉज राइट बिहाइंड स्टॉक एक्सचेंज. दोपहर को खाना खाने के बाद चलने निकलते थे, आवाज़ आती थी और लगा कि यहाँ पे तो रातों रात अमीर बन सकते हैं. अनफॉर्चुनेटली आई एंडेड अप लूजिंग ऑल द मनी, बट आई थिंक दैट वाज द ग्रेटेस्ट ब्लेसिंग्स, बिकॉज बहुत कम कीमत चुका के मुझे बहुत बड़ा एक्सपीरियंस मिल गया, बहुत बड़ी सीख मिल गई. दैट्स वेयर आई स्टार्टेड माई जर्नी आफ्टर लूजिंग एवरीथिंग. देन आई वॉज डिटरमाइंड कि नहीं, आई हैव टू डू इट द राइट वे, एंड गॉड वॉज काइंड. सो धीरे धीरे करके मार्केट में आगे बढ़ते गए.
सो मे आई आस्क दैट आपका जो पहला इन्वेस्टमेंट था, विच ऑफ कोर्स वेंट रॉन्ग, आई थिंक व्हाई आई आस्क यू दिस इज बिकॉज इट विल गिव ऑल ऑफ आवर व्यूअर्स एज वेल अ तसल्ली कि देखो भाई नीलेश भाई ने भी मिस्टेक्स किए हैं, सो यू नो इट्स ओके इफ वी ऑल्सो मेक सम मिस्टेक्स. सो कैन आई आस्क व्हाट वाज दैट मिस्टेक?
सो इंस्टेड ऑफ रिसर्चिंग एनी कंपनी, आई जस्ट इन्वेस्टेड बेस्ड ऑन द टिप्स बीइंग सर्कुलेटेड. वो जमाना ही कुछ ऐसा था, दौर ही कुछ ऐसा था. बट वन एडवाइस फॉर ऑल व्यूअर्स विल बी लर्न फ्रॉम अदर्स मिस्टेक रादर देन मेकिंग योर ओन मिस्टेक. एंड इफ यू हैव टू मेक अ मिस्टेक देन डोंट एवर रिपीट इट. मिस्टेक्स तो होती रहेगी, बट वन, कैन आई लर्न फ्रॉम अदर्स, एंड सेकेंड, कैन आई इंश्योर दैट आई डोंट रिपीट द मिस्टेक्स.
So your investment journey of sorts started some 25 odd years ago, articleship के time पे. But I think my investment journey started when I was 1 day old, because मेरे नाम पे एक investment किया गया था, and that is gold. My grandparents gifted me some gold. It was not my choice, but of course today I'm very happy that I was blessed with this privilege, because gold is now 70,000, probably more than 70,000. So that's what today's episode is about, gold, because it is that one asset कि सब Indians के पास है, whether they have voluntarily bought it or not. क्योंकि या तो आपको गिफ्ट मिला है, या तो आपने खरीदा है, या it's something that your mother, your grandmother, etc. have passed on to you. What do you think of this particular asset class, especially from the point of view of us Indians?
जैसे आपके ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स ने आपके लिए सोना खरीदा, same way my mother has pushed me to buy gold for my daughters. So gold is an emotional investment. Gold is there with every Indian. On good occasions, we buy gold. For gifting, we use gold. Undoubtedly, gold should be part of an investor's portfolio. But when people are investing in gold, many a times they make the mistake. For example, there are so many housewives which do systematic investment with a jeweler. The jeweler is a next door neighbor. Is he credible? Who knows? After 11 months of investments, in the 12th month when he's giving you a piece of ornament, what is the quality? What are the making charges? Are you making enough return on that jewelry? Who knows? The third thing about gold, and this is applicable to everyone, we buy gold on Dhanteras, we buy gold on Akshay Tritiya, we buy gold on someone's birthday, we buy gold on someone's anniversary. But most of us buy gold in a very, very small denomination, 1 gram, 2 gram, 5 gram. The charges for that varies between 20% to 40%. Now, if I tell you buy this shares and you have a potential to lose 40%, you will never invest. But we all happily go and invest into small quantity of gold, paying 20-40%. So gold as an instrument is must in everyone's portfolio. But the way of buying gold is not by doing systematic investment with a roadside jeweler. It's not by buying into smaller denomination where you pay 20, 30, 40% as entry premium.
So, in your opinion, then, how should Indians be purchasing gold today then?
So one, you should be aware about what gold prices comprises of. Today there is 15% import duty and then GST and other charges, which makes gold prices 18% higher compared to international market. जो आपको $100 में दुबई में मिलेगा, सिंगापुर में मिलेगा, उसी चीज का आप यहाँ पे $118 पे कर रहे हैं. $118. कल को उठ के अगर इंपोर्ट ड्यूटी कम होती है तो योर वैल्यू ऑफ गोल्ड विल फॉल बाय 18% इन वन सिंगल डे. कई लोगों ने स्टॉक मार्केट में इसलिए इन्वेस्ट नहीं किया बिकॉज मार्केट में उतार चढ़ाव आते हैं. जब आप गोल्ड खरीद रहे हो तब आपको पक्का मालूम है कि आज नहीं तो कल यहाँ पे 18% नुकसान हो सकता है इफ इंपोर्ट ड्यूटी एंड टैक्सेस कम डाउन टू 0. Second thing, when you are buying gold, you must realize that there is a need for liquidity. Now, where do people get assurance of liquidity? Most of the jewelers will say, we will buy back our gold, and people trust them. Now, please remember, the jewelers are in business for 20 years, 50 years, 100 years. If all their customers come to sell, how will he pay? So this assurance of liquidity needs to be taken with a pinch of salt. If every buyer of gold jeweler comes to sell, I can assure you, no one will have liquidity to buy that kind of gold. The third thing, there are many people who invest in gold, silver, kind of precious metal because they are earning a lot of money in black and they want to buy gold and silver where it's easy to buy in black. Now, not that all gold is bought in black, but some portion I'm talking about. Now, please remember that when you buy gold in black, there is always a risk someday tax authorities will catch up with you. Second, you are also becoming disproportionate overweight to gold and real estate in your savings allocation, which is not subject to taxes. You become vulnerable to then gold price movement. So one should invest in gold, but in a right way, knowing fully what are the risks and what is the return. Today's gold prices shows higher return because there is 18% tax involved into it. Tomorrow, those returns can come off if that taxes disappear.
Okay. So basically, if today I walk into a shop and I say, मुझे 1 gram gold खरीदना है, so I am paying that 18%. I am paying making charges, and that too with no guarantee whether the claims made by the shopkeeper के that madam मैं आपका आप guarantee है 100% that I will purchase it, etc. And also no guarantee of purity either. So I think the biggest mistakes for somebody who is wanting to make a new investment in gold is going into a shop and buying gold.
Absolutely. And we have seen so many jewelers, declaring bankruptcy and running away with money. So there are better ways of buying gold than what people are used to it.
And let's now talk about that, because everybody wants gold in their portfolio today. We've seen the returns, right? So how do you recommend people should buy gold?
There is a beautiful scheme by Government of India called Sovereign Gold Bond Scheme. As an individual, you can invest into SGBs. They pay a coupon income on it between 2.25% to 2.5%. You have to invest for a period of 5 years and 7 years, albeit there is secondary market liquidity if you want to sell prematurely. Third, whatever is the appreciation in price of gold, that will be given to you on maturity, and it becomes tax-free. You don't have to worry about any loss by theft or dacoity, because this will be in demat form, in statement form. Now, what more can be better than this? So many Indians are now using sovereign gold bonds for their allocation of gold in their portfolio. I think this is one scheme which everyone should be looking to build their long-term holding in gold. The second one is gold ETF. When you buy gold ETF or gold fund of fund, the transaction cost will be maybe 0.5% or 1%. It won't be much higher compared to physical gold. Again, advantage of having it in demat form is available. No worries about loss and dacoity. Third, you get full benefit of gold appreciation as in when you redeem, because normally the NAVs will move in line with the gold prices. So if you want to buy long-term gold, sovereign gold bond, if you want to invest for shorter term in smaller denomination, gold ETF, and finally, if you don't have a choice and you want gold in your hand, then please buy in physical market in larger quantity. Please don't buy in smaller quantity, because the premium you pay, the transaction cost you incur is very, very high.
So now the question is, how much gold? Because ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए that, people are so conservative that they say only gold and, I don't want any other asset class and मैंने सिर्फ gold खरीदा है because it's a trusted asset, so on and so forth. So how much of gold from a portfolio perspective should investors keep?
So एक और advice, when you look at gold, also count what your better part is holding.
So that includes even the gold that is on person, like your necklaces, earrings, etc.
Absolutely.
Okay.
The jewelry also is part of your gold investment. The beauty is that you can wear jewelry and yet it is an investment. That's like dividend income on stock. The gold investment again will be function of what is everyone's objective and risk profile. Today, we believe gold prices will do well, mainly because central banks of the world are buying gold. Why are central banks buying gold? Because they all have seen what happened to Russia. When they declared a war on Ukraine, they were holding $650 billion of reserves. $150 billion was in gold, $500 billion was in security. Overnight, that $500 billion got frozen. Now there is rumor that this $500 billion will be encashed and used for rebuilding of Ukraine. आपके $500 बिलियन हवा में उड़ गए. जो जेब में था, स्टॉक में था, कस्टडी में था, वो $150 billion is your reserves. So every central bank is buying gold and hence gold prices are going up. Normally gold prices also go up when US interest rates come down. Right now US Fed rate is around 5% plus and they are expected to come down. As in when that happens, gold prices will go up. More importantly, for many Indians, gold is an international asset. Prices are determined in dollar. If for some reason rupee depreciates, this gives you protection to your portfolio as it is denominated in international currency. So gold needs to be part of portfolio, but it is function of what is your risk appetite, what is your investment objective.
Now, I'm going to ask this question on behalf of a lot of ladies who will be saying that Nilesh Bhai said that don't do all these schemes and SIPs. Abhi unka to already start ho gaya. They're probably 5th month, 6th month, etc. And the main reason why they do it is because affordability, and second thing, the emotional value that I have something to pass on to my, my daughter or daughter-in-law. The key concern that we have is reputation of the jeweler. Today, we have a lot of reputed and big jewelers, though, who also offer such schemes. Is it okay if they go to a big brand?
So, yes, there are different kinds of jewelers. Many are very reputed, respected jewelers. And when you deal with them, the risk of credit loss, the risk of non-quality, inferior quality gold coming, or high making charges disappear. But why take a risk? Will you keep on monitoring that gold jewelers' creditworthiness? Today, you can do SIP in gold ETF or gold fund of fund. Your gold will be in much safer hand. See, there was a time when our grandparents and before them, people invested in gold because we didn't have a developed capital market. We didn't have a developed banking system. For many Indians, gold purchase, like if you are staying in slum, you can wear your gold and move out. That was your storage of wealth. But today things have changed. We have capital market under the regulation of SEBI. Gone are the days of Wild West, which we had earlier. The words like payment crisis, Vandho, Garo, Patawat, they have disappeared from our lexicon thanks to SEBI. Second, every Indian has a bank account. Mutual funds today are available on the app. You can invest in gold, fund of fund or ETF on the go. So my recommendation to all the women will be, your habit of savings is very, very good. No matter whatever money your father, brother, husband gives or what you earn, you will always save little bit out of it. कभी पल्लू में छुपा हुआ है, कभी बरनी में छुपा हुआ है. That is very good. But if you keep cash at home, it's not going to give you any return. Why not invest in an asset class which you prefer? You like gold, go ahead and invest. But a gold ETF will be far superior from a risk point of view compared to roadside jewelers SIP.
और ये जो sovereign gold bonds है या gold ETFs है, that I can buy in smaller denominations also, because सब वही कहेंगे कि it's 70,000. So
today, you can buy in as little denomination as 1,000 rupee in ETFs and fund of funds. So it's not the question of amount anymore. Fractionalization has happened over there. Convenience is there. I mean, most of us will use Amazon and Flipkart to order things. If we can order things on that, I'm sure you can use Kotak Mutual Fund or Kotak Bank's app to buy gold in the gold fund of fund and ETF.
Okay, very wonderful. So has your mother been convinced then that has she bought some SGBs or gold ETFs for herself?
So, मैं लोगों को ज्ञान देता हूँ, but I have not been able to convince my mother. But the good part is that once I have invested in physical gold for my daughter's wedding, she is fine with the quantum. Now she doesn't push me to invest in gold.
Okay, chalo, good. At least we have reached over there then, and I think this is great advice for our viewers too, that जो इमोशनल होता है, जो इमोशनल वैल्यू होता है गोल्ड का, ठीक है, वो एक तरफा होता है, but you have to look at the practical side as well. And it's wonderful that all you need is now 1,000 rupees. Even though the value of gold is 70,000 and beyond, you need 1,000 rupees because of fractionalization, which is wonderful. I want to also just tell all of our viewers that this show is not just about Nilesh giving advice. It's also about listening into your questions, which we will be getting Nilesh to answer. So I'm going to take the opportunity to do that. We have a couple of them. Our first question is coming in from Ravi. He is asking, sir, what is the difference between gold mutual funds and gold ETFs?
So Ravi bhai, underlying investment in both of them is gold. Gold ETF is traded on exchange. And to buy gold ETF, you need to have Demat account and a trading account. If you use Kotak 3-in-1 account, you will get a broking account with Kotak Securities, you will get a Demat account with Kotak Bank, and you will have a bank account with Kotak Bank. This will give you seamless ability to buy gold ETF through our app. Now, many people don't have demat account. If they want to buy, then there is gold fund of fund. That gold fund also invests into the gold ETF and gives you the same exposure, albeit there is slightly higher expenses. So overall, Ravi bhai, gold ETF and gold fund of fund will deliver the same purpose to you of investing in underlying gold where quality is assured, where transaction costs are far lower compared to physical gold, and where you are assured of the safety.
Okay. Suraj is asking very relevant question that why is gold rallying so much? आपने थोड़ा बताया था that central banks etc. are purchasing, but also will it continue going higher according to you?
So Suraj bhai, US Fed owns 8,000 tons of gold. China is at about 2,600 tons when we last looked at the number. China is sitting on $3 trillion plus reserves. Now, would they like to increase their gold reserves comparable to US? Answer is yes. The central banks, based on the Russian experience, is allocating some money towards precious metal like gold and silver. And we believe gold prices will remain supported as US interest rates will come down and central bank buying will continue.
Okay. Komal has asked, sir, do you prefer gold or silver for investment from here on?
So Komalji, gold and silver will move almost in similar direction because both are precious metal. Silver has far higher commercial usage, and sometimes industrial demand also influence silver prices. Peru, which is one of the largest manufacturer, producer, miner of silver, their silver production has come down, and that's creating some shortages on the supply side. We believe at this point of time, silver is likely to deliver better return than gold. This is purely because of industrial demand and some shortages on the supply side. But over a longer period of time, both of them should deliver similar kind of return. Directionally, they will always move in similar direction.
I think many of our viewers may not be noting, आपने एक अच्छा point raise किया that silver actually does have industrial use as well. Gold तो हम for ornaments etc. we use it, but silver का industrial demand का भी एक section है which I think is something that everyone should know about. Well, now Mubina also has a question, which I think maybe many other women like me may also have. I have certain physical gold that is lying with me. Some of it is also lying, maybe with my mother, some in the bank account. But I also have some sovereign gold bonds because great investment product, 2% return, जो कि हमको obviously jewelry से वो return नहीं मिलने वाला है, that regular income. So, should I be ensuring कि जितना मेरा physical gold है, उतना मैं digital भी रखूँ या ऐसा कुछ proportion होना चाहिए that this is my total gold portfolio and I should have more of digital, less of physical?
So my recommendation will be simple. Whatever jewelry you want to wear, that has to be physical. But other than that, whatever gold you have, which you are holding for longer term purpose, I think sovereign gold bond is the best option. It is tax free. You don't have to worry about safety. You don't have to worry about quality. And uske upar se you will get return. Return भी मिले, safe भी हो, quality की tension नहीं हो, तो इससे बढ़िया ऑप्शन आपको कहाँ मिलेगा?
सही बात है. सो सोना जो हाथ में है उसको हाथ पे पहनिए, लेकिन सोना डीमैट अकाउंट में भी जरूर रखिए या जो भी पेपर फॉर्मेट में उसको भी जरूर रखिए.
I just want to add one example about gold and silver. ये मैंने सुनी बातें हैं, but I believe ये सच है. एक समय था, हंट ब्रदर्स करके बहुत रिच फैमिली था यूएस में. उन्हें और रईस बनना था, तो बहुत रिसर्च के बाद सोचा कि अगर हम सिल्वर खरीदना चालू करें और उसे बड़ी क्वांटिटी में खरीदे तो सिल्वर के दाम ऊपर जाएंगे. दे स्टार्टेड बाइंग सिल्वर एंड द प्राइसेस केप्ट ऑन गोइंग अप. कुछ 5-6 गुना हो गए. जितनी बार सिल्वर खरीदते थे, बैंक्स में गिरवी रखते थे और लोन उठाते थे और सिल्वर खरीदते थे. उनकी एग्रेसिव बाइंग की वजह से सिल्वर के दाम 5-6 गुना बढ़ गए. फिर सडनली उन्होंने देखा कि मिडिल ईस्टर्न कंट्रीज से सप्लाई आने लगी सिल्वर की. बहुत कोशिश की उन्होंने खरीदने की, बट सप्लाई बढ़ रही थी. कोई माइन नहीं थी, कुछ नहीं था, बट सप्लाई आ रही थी. इवेंचुअली बैंकों ने जो गिरवी रखा था सिल्वर, उसके ऊपर मार्जिन कॉल किए, ये लोग दे नहीं पाए तो सिल्वर के दाम गिरने लगे, बैंकों ने और मार्जिन कॉल किए और सिल्वर बेच दिया। इवेंचुअली सिल्वर जहाँ से शुरू हुआ था वहीं पे आके रुक गया, बट इन द प्रोसेस हंट ब्रदर्स लॉस्ट अ फॉर्च्यून। सवाल ये उठता है कि मिडिल ईस्टर्न कंट्रीज में से सिल्वर की सप्लाई कहाँ से आई थी? वेल, वो जो सिल्वर सप्लाई थी वो भारत से आ रही थी। भारतीयों ने जब देखा कि सिल्वर के दाम बहुत बढ़ गए हैं तो उन्होंने अपनी सिल्वर मेल्ट करके बेचना चालू किया, एंड एक विश्व की सबसे धनिक फैमिली को बैंक नुकसान करा दिया, बड़ा नुकसान करा दिया। सो दैट इज द maturity of Indian investors in precious metal. I just hope and pray कि वही maturity हम गोल्ड की खरीदारी में भी लगाए।
Absolutely. And I think जो आपने बात कही that we Indians purchase gold on auspicious occasions, festivals, etc. is because हमारे जो traditions है, those are also very closely linked with in many ways financial wisdom also, which is something that's really great. But yes, with that lovely anecdote, thank you so much, Nilesh ji. It has been a great episode and I hope our viewers as well have learned a lot from you.
Thank you.
Well, we'll be back with another episode of Investments Ki Baatein with Nilesh Shah. Tab tak, you can of course send in your questions. Just comment on this video below and we'll try to get them answered in the next episode.